Mind-bending time travel paradoxes explained. Time travel paradoxes challenge our understanding of time, causality, and reality itself. From killing your own grandfather to objects existing without origin, these paradoxes expose the potential for mind-bending conundrums if time travel were ever possible. Let's break down the most well-known time travel paradoxes, complete with scenarios to illustrate how they work. Imagine a young woman named Sarah who invents a time machine. Fueled by a vendetta against her cruel grandfather, she travels back in time to kill him before he can meet her grandmother. If Sarah's grandfather dies before he fathers her mother, then Sarah herself would never be born. And if Sarah is never born, she can't invent a time machine and travel back to kill her grandfather. It's a self-contradictory loop where cause and effect collapse in on themselves. Some theories propose that time might prevent paradoxes like this from happening. Sarah could try but would always fail to kill her grandfather. Alternatively, this could lead to the creation of alternate timelines. By killing her grandfather, Sarah wouldn't be erasing her own timeline but creating a new branch of reality where she never exists. The grandfather paradox opens up fascinating avenues for exploring the nature of free will, the illusion of choice, and the very fabric of reality itself. Picture this. A young music lover stumbles upon sheet music for an unknown symphony that's more beautiful and complex than anything they've ever heard. Intrigued, they learn the piece, perform it, and achieve international fame. Years later, a historian discovers that the symphony was actually composed by that very same musician, who traveled back in time and introduced the piece to their past self. But where did the symphony actually originate? Who truly composed it? The Bootstrap Paradox suggests that some events may occur without a definite cause or origin. Imagine a futuristic technology that is sent back in time, only to become the very foundation upon which that technology is later built. The object or information exists in a perpetual state of self-creation, defying our linear understanding of cause and effect. This paradox challenges our very understanding of linear causality. The Bootstrap Paradox forces us to confront the unsettling possibility that some things exist without a beginning, trapped in an endless cycle of self-causation. Imagine a time traveler named John, a curious and adventurous soul, who discovers historical records predicting his own journey to the past, a journey he hasn't even embarked on yet. Intrigued and somewhat skeptical, he embarks on a mission to prove the records wrong, to deviate from the predetermined path laid out before him, hoping to carve his own destiny. However, every step he takes, every decision he makes, no matter how small, seems to inadvertently fulfill the very events the records described, as if he's a puppet on strings, leading him right back to the moment he was trying to avert, a moment he thought he could change. This is the crux of the Predestination Paradox, the idea that time travel, rather than allowing us to alter the past, might actually lock us into a predetermined course, a course that is unchangeable and fixed. It suggests that the past cannot be changed, because the actions of the time traveler are already part of history, woven into the fabric of time itself. The time traveler is trapped in a loop of inevitability, suggesting that free will might be an illusion in a time travel scenario, a mere mirage. The Predestination Paradox presents a chillingly deterministic view of the universe, suggesting that our lives, our choices, and our actions, and even our attempts to defy fate, to break free from the chains of destiny, might be nothing more than predetermined events unfolding as they were always meant to, a script already written. Imagine you go back in time and make a seemingly insignificant change, like stepping on a butterfly. This small action could have far-reaching consequences. The many worlds interpretation suggests that this action wouldn't just alter your past, it would create an entirely new universe where that butterfly never existed. This new universe would diverge from the original at the moment of the change. By allowing for infinite parallel realities, every possible outcome of a time travel event could occur, each playing out in a separate, self-contained universe. This means that every decision you make spawns a new reality. In one universe, you might succeed in killing your grandfather, while in another your attempt fails, and in yet another you never even invent a time machine. Each of these outcomes exists in its own distinct universe. Every choice, every action, no matter how small, could spawn a new branch of reality. This means that the number of possible universes is constantly increasing. If every possible timeline exists simultaneously, there's no need to reconcile conflicting events or worry about unraveling the fabric of reality. Each timeline is independent and self-contained. Your actions simply create ripples in the infinite ocean of the multiverse. These ripples represent the creation of new realities. However, this also introduces complications. If every choice creates a new universe, then there would be an infinite number of universes, and the time traveler would have no way of knowing which timeline they would return to. This uncertainty adds a layer of complexity to the concept of time travel. The many worlds interpretation allows for the possibility of time travel without the constraints of paradox, but it also forces us to confront the vastness and strangeness of a reality where every possibility is realized somewhere in the infinite expanse of the multiverse. This can be both awe-inspiring and overwhelming. The Hitler paradox presents a moral and philosophical dilemma rather than a purely logical one. It asks a chilling question. If you could travel back in time, wouldn't you be tempted to kill Hitler before he rose to power, preventing the horrors of the Holocaust? Preventing the deaths of millions seems like a moral imperative. However, this paradox forces us to consider the potential consequences of altering the past, even with seemingly noble intentions. What if eliminating Hitler led to unforeseen and even more catastrophic events in the future? The Hitler paradox ties into the butterfly effect, where small changes in the past can have unpredictable and large-scale consequences in the future. It challenges us to consider the possibility that some events, however horrific, might be necessary for the evolution of humanity, or that our attempts to play God with the past could have disastrous, unintended consequences. The Polchinski Paradox involves a billiard ball being thrown into a wormhole which acts as a shortcut through time, allowing the ball to travel to a different point in the timeline. The ball emerges from the other end of the wormhole in the past, just in time to collide with its past self, knocking it off course and preventing it from ever entering the wormhole in the first place. This scenario creates a paradox because if the ball is knocked off course, it wouldn't travel through the wormhole, meaning there would be no ball emerging from the future to intercept it. But if it doesn't go through the wormhole, how can it come out the other side to stop itself? This creates a loop of contradictions. Physicists speculate that such paradoxes might be resolved by the universe enforcing self-consistency, meaning that time travel events must unfold in a way that avoids contradictions, ensuring a consistent timeline. In this scenario, the billiard ball might emerge from the wormhole in such a way that it lightly taps, but does not deflect its past self, allowing the sequence of events to remain consistent and free of paradoxes. This suggests that the universe might have inherent mechanisms to prevent paradoxical events, ensuring that the laws of physics remain intact even in the face of temporal anomalies, maintaining cosmic balance. The Polchinski Paradox forces us to consider the practical implications of time travel and how the laws of physics might behave in such extraordinary circumstances, challenging our understanding of reality. The Ontological Paradox delves into the nature of existence itself. Imagine an artifact like a mysterious amulet appearing in the present. Upon investigation, it's discovered that this amulet was sent back in time from the future by the very same amulet. In other words, the amulet's existence is predicated on its future self, sending it back in time, creating a closed loop where the object seemingly pops into existence without an origin point. It exists solely because it will exist in the future, creating a dizzying ontological puzzle. Like the Bootstrap Paradox, the Ontological Paradox creates an infinite loop of cause and effect without a clear point of origin. It questions whether something can exist simply by looping through time with no beginning. The Ontological Paradox forces us to confront the potential for circularity in the fabric of reality, opening the door to a reality where cause and effect are intertwined in a complex dance through time. The enduring allure of time travel paradoxes. These paradoxes, while mind-boggling, highlight the incredible potential of human imagination and our endless fascination with the unknown. While time travel remains a theoretical concept, exploring these paradoxes allows us to delve into the deepest mysteries of the universe, questioning the very nature of time, causality, and existence. These paradoxes show just how complex and mind-bending the concept of time travel can be. Which paradox do you find the most fascinating? Let us know in the comments below.